Hey guys, what is up? This is Dan from MMORPG Tips. As you probably know, the refinement system was redone in module 12b, and they actually did quite a good job at it. Everything is like twice as fast to refine now. There's no more feeding artifacts into other artifacts. All in all, it's just less things to think about, less of a headache. So we're gonna go over the best places to farm RP now, but first just some general refinement tips. Right now we're looking at the refinement menu that you can open through your inventory. It makes refining really quick. Another thing you should know if you're just coming to Neverwinter is that you can identify all equipment in your inventory by clicking the little gear down in the corner. Then you can go ahead and open the refinement menu, and you can add all your gear and enchantments and gems and stuff like that quickly and refine it quickly. When it comes to enchantments, I run 3 Dragon Horde enchantments, 2 Quartermaster and 1 Fey Blessing. The bags from the Quartermasters are saved for double enchantment events. And actually, speaking of events, the double refinement events are gone now, but there's a new event called bonus RP that will give you refinement just from killing mobs. In addition, you should have a mount with the Wanderer's Fortune insignia bonus, which will grant you more RP, but it has a cooldown and will only last for a little while at the start of every day. You can see when it procs, it says Wanderer's Fortune floating in the air around your character. And if you see that it procs and you don't get an item, you've used it all up for the day and you have to wait until next day. Also, you should remember to invoke the gods to make extra RP. You can level leadership up to 24 and start making a lot of RP that way as well. When it comes to refining enchantments, I have found that it's usually cheaper to just sell your old enchantment and buy a new one from the auction house instead of refining it all yourself. But you still need a lot of refinement for your artifacts and gear. And still, it can be good to just keep the utility enchantments as you can make money from RP. So now let's talk about farming RP. There are generally 3 areas I like to hit up every day to farm most of my RP. And that is Shaandaar, Dragon Runs, and as you can see here, Dredring. If you know any other good places, be sure to let me know in the comments. In Dredring, be sure to pick up all the daily quests, finish the ones outside, and of course the daily lair, which is a short dungeon that can be soloed by most players. If you can't, there are usually people that write in the chat that they are entering, and you can just follow them through the dungeon. So from the daily quests you get these little bags that will have enchantment items, and in here in the lairs you will get a reward from the chest at the end, which can contain up to superior enchanting stones, which are really good, and also a bunch of other items. Through the campaign you can upgrade the gauntlet that is back at the camp, and you can pick that up every day also for an extra little chest here and or extra little reward here in the lairs. So be sure to upgrade that as well. You'd only get to do the lairs once if you just use the free key, but you can actually buy more keys through the campaign store for 10 Vanguard scripts. And Vanguard scripts can be bought for onyx fragments from the bounty master back at the camp, which means you can actually farm onyx fragments, or you can buy onyx fragments off the auction house for more keys so that you can run the dungeon more than once. You will need 50 onyx fragments to get the 10 Vanguard scripts, which will give you another key. But I generally just run this once a day with the free key. One round through all the quests and through the lair ones will give you about 4,000 to 5,000 RP on average, but it varies depending on what items you get. As you can see, I got a superior enchanting stone there. Moving on to Shaandaar. This is a really easy area because the mobs here are so quick to kill. Shaandaar has 3 little areas that you can go to, and each area has 3 quests. So 9 quests in total, which will give refinement items. Each area also have a lair, but you only get 1 free key every day to open the chest at the end of one of them. Like the dredging lairs, you can buy more keys if you want from the little gnome guy outside. For gold crescents. Gold crescents can again be bought with the concoctions that drop off mobs here, or you can buy them off the auction house as well. But generally I just run it once a day with the free key. If you do all the 9 quests and one of the lairs, you should get at least around 7,000 to 9,000 RP. So now let's move on to the last thing I like to farm for RP, which are the dragon runs in Well of Dragons. These start a quarter to every hour in Well of Dragons. About 5 or 10 minutes before, you will see the chat usually getting spammed with people telling what the number instance the dragon runs are gonna happen in. So switch over to that instance, or if it's full, ask in the chat for an invite so you can transfer over. Then go to the dragon in the top right corner, where there will be a bunch of people, and you can take the dragon down when it spawns and then move around the zone killing all the dragons. When you've killed all the dragons, you will usually have some time left and you can move on to another instance where the dragons will still be up. And this will usually be announced in the chat as well, which instance people are moving over to. In general, you will clear 2 full instances of dragons, which means 10 dragons in about 10 minutes. Time it takes to kill the dragons. You will make about 4,000 plus RP, which is pretty nice for just 10 minutes work, and you can do this every hour. Today when I wrote this guide, I did Shaandaar once, dredging once, and 1 dragon run, and it took me about 1.5 hours maybe, and it gave me around 23,000 RP. After this, to gain more RP, I just do my regular stuff, just run dungeons and get stuff from drops and the dragon hordes and the quartermasters. But if you have some more tips on where to go, please leave a comment below, and I will leave a link to the written guide on MMORPG tips in the description if you want to check that out. But that is it for now, so have fun guys, and I will maybe see you in Neverwinter.